24. It went from 16 to 4, yeah, 24, and then I put in another 10. So I put an extra $25,000 recently. So when you look at the returns, remember, this is dollar cost averaging. So you cannot say that in the beginning of the year I had this much, now I have this much, and the difference is the percent of return on your money. Because you're dollar cost averaging, it's much harder to calculate an actual return for 1 year. What you have to use is you have to use year-to-date metric to do that. So anyway, currently I have $52,281 in Fundrise investment platform, 49.5 of which is my money. So there's about $2,750 in returns in about a year and 8 months, which is an amazing thing, considering that during the pandemic there were no returns and there was no dividends for about 2 months. As you can see, 2021 is year to date, and then over here we have all time. So dividends is how much they pay you daily. So literally in Fundrise, what happens is that every day you log in, they will give you a little amount of a dividend, right? So you will see like plus $1, plus $2, plus something like that a day. So that could add up to over $50, $60 a month in dividends. And then total of appreciation is about 2,407 all time, which is 2 years, which is about. Now, Fundrise does have advisory fees. It does have advisory fees. However, if you refer friends, which what I've been doing, they give you about 270 days without advisory fees for each person that you recruit. So if you want my link, I would greatly appreciate it. Just leave a comment down below and I will hook you up with your link, and you will also get about, I think, 90 days or something like that without advisory fees. Now, my account level is advanced because I have over $10,000 invested. An investment plan is long-term growth plus. Now, something like this is a 10-year minimum plan. So in the beginning, it starts off slow, and then it just starts flying to the moon, baby, flying to the moon, man. On year 5 to 10, I'm looking for some good results out of this. And over here it actually says net returns to date, 2,781, which is really good in 2 years, you know. So let's go over my general performance, which is, you know, what we want to look at. I'm not gonna go into all the details for these different e-REITs. So these are pretty much the real estate investment trusts. So they have different portfolios. So whenever you put a certain amount of money into Fundrise, they will allocate it to all these different things. And you know, the whole point of this is I don't need to go and research what the heck is going on and what is this and what is that. They do give you these really nice updates. If you go back to the overview page, you could see these new acquisition, whatever they buy, what they're planning to do. So you can always look at what you're investing in, but you don't always have to, because that is why you have a little bit of advisory fees, you know. So let's get back to the performance here. Now, these are year-to-date returns, so which is from exactly 1 year ago today.
Investors from all over the world are pooling money to invest in real estate.
This metric here
is an online crowdfunding real estate investing platform.
I don't look
everyone.
at this
Click on withdraw
as much
to send a withdrawal
in
request.
terms of returns.
Your
I
income
like to
will be
look at total
transferred to your
returns, which is a
wallets.
little bit below.
Start
We can look at
investing
that.
today
As you
with
can see over here,
Integraplatform and buy
for
your
each
dream
one,
property.
These e-REITs, it's either operating, stabilizing, or ramping up. Now, your investments, the ones that are ramping up, are not yet returning as much as as e-REITs that are already operating. What means they're operating, that means they bought, they built, and they're renting, or they bought, they built, and they sold. Something that's stabilizing, that means it's bought, it's built, but it's not fully rented, or it's, you know, they're still trying to fill the place up with people and try to get rental income, or you know, or they're in the process of selling it. So that's what it is. And ramping up, that means they're still they're building it. You know, they're still building it. So you know, over time, you know, something that was ramping up is going to go into stabilizing, and it's going to keep going. So you're going to have this continual profit. Okay. Now let's go to this. Now this is the tab that's obviously the most interesting tab here, is this annual returns, right? Now, because everybody wants to know how much money or how much percentage will I get per year, all right? Now 2019, even though they weighted it in, right, like all time, they took an average of this. This was 2 days. Okay, so what we're looking for is the 2020 and the 2021 percentages. And as you could see, now I could zoom out, but this means like absolutely, it just tells you different e-REITs and how much return they do. So that's not really that important, right? So what we do is we just minimize it and we look at these numbers, because that's all we really need to know to see how good this is. Now guys, remember, this is zero work, zero stress, sleep good at night. You put your money in and you go to sleep, you go to work, and you make money just by investing into this. So you see, in 2020, the toughest year in the past, I don't know, 10 years or so, and we still did a solid 10% return. Now that's with everything shutting down. They couldn't rent their apartments because they couldn't show their apartments. People are scared to come out and look at the apartments. 10%. And so far, in 2021, in 8 months, 9%. And we still have 4 more months left. So I'm looking, 2021 is going to be an amazing, I'm assuming 11%, honestly. That's what I'm assuming, a solid 11%. I'm hoping I will do an update on this. You can see my account value right here. You can see my account value going up. I want to get my Fundrise portfolio to 100K. I don't know if I can do it by the end of 2021, because I'm gonna have a few expenses coming up in the next 4 months. But definitely by this time next year, it's gonna be at 100K one way or another, baby. So let's scroll down here. So you know, yeah. So once again, here we go. We have a 2020 and 2021 year to date, and then the all-time net returns and net cash in and out. So this actually tells you how much money you put in and how much money you got returned. So we're gonna again ignore 2019 because that was 2 days. So let's look at 2020. I put in a total of $12,500. And the return through that crazy pandemic was $511. Not bad. 2021, I put in $36 more $1,000, and so far the return has been $2,267. Now that's 2 more quarters of appreciation and dividends to be paid, so you can imagine how good it was. Now remember, guys, this is all dollar cost averaging, so you cannot say, hey, you put in 49.5 and the return was 27.81, because that will give you about a 6% return. But remember, these 50 I didn't put in all at the same time. If I did put it all at the same time, then you could do that math. This when you dollar cost averaging stuff in, it's a little bit different, because for the first 6 months of 2021, I was earning on less money than I am now. So you cannot really do the math here. Now let me see if I can find something here. All right, now this is the exciting thing. So Fundrise is not a public company, right? It's a private company. It's not traded on the stock market. So what Fundrise decided to do is do something called a Fundrise IPO. Now I know what you're thinking. It's Fundrise initial public offering. It's like all those public companies, all those companies that are going public, they do an IPO. Now Fundrise is doing something different. IPO actually stands for Internet Public Offering, I believe. So what they do is they actually offer you to buy certain amount of shares based on your portfolio value at that time. Now, I bought mine in 2020 based on my portfolio wasn't that high, so they only let me buy about $2,000 worth of their shares, which I wish at this point it was more. But what they do is they offer you shares of the company, and they say this is how much it costs, and if you want to, you buy it, and if you don't, you don't buy it, right? Now, like you saying, why would you do that? It's a private company. These shares you cannot sell them. No, I cannot. But Fundrise may go public at one point in time. You know, it could be 5 years, 10 years, 3 years, 15 years. But when they do go public, you could sell those shares and make a very large profit. Now let me show you here, because over here, you see, I only got $2,000 worth of worth of Fundrise shares. So what we're gonna do is you click see note, and as you say, when so I bought this in 2020, and as you could see, I paid $2,008, right? And they offered me at a certain price. Now, as you could see, when I got this, I believe this is maybe like a couple of weeks ago in 2021. The most latest share price is $10.90. So as you can see, the $2,008 from about, I would say maybe 14 to 16 months ago, now is worth $2,400. That's about a 20% return, 20 maybe 22% return on your money in just 14 months. And if it goes public, you know how things pump and how much the price increases when companies go public. So high hopes for this. This is another way. That you can make money and set yourself up for future success by investing in Fundrise. Now, here comes a big problem, and what everybody was wondering about is, well, the minimum amount of money required to invest in Fundrise was, I believe it was $500 to start. But what they just did about a month ago is that they made the minimum amount of money to open a Fundrise account just $10, guys. Just $10. That means anyone, if you have $10, your returns per year might be $2, $1, whatever it is. But you gotta start somewhere. They created a whole new portfolio. It's called a starter portfolio. I have, like, if you can see here in the overview, my account level is advanced. What they have now is something called a starter account level, which lets you invest with just $10, and that is a great way to get people into Fundrise, into their platform. And you know, when people put $10, if let's say 1 million people put $10, that's 10 million, dude. You know, they can buy a huge rental property from that. So guys, I highly recommend that you, if you're not sure about this platform and you don't want to put a lot of money in, just start with $10. Keep it at $10 and then put in $10 every month and keep it for a year. See where your returns go. Keep it for a year and see it, because I guarantee you that once you see how little you have to pay attention to your portfolio and to your investments and how much return you get, you will start adding $50 a month, then you'll start adding $70 a month, then you'll start adding like $80, $100, $1,500, and you're gonna know then as little as 10 years to 15 years, you're gonna have a good solid chunk of money in there, guys. Now guys, remember, everything that you see in this video is not a financial advice. This is for entertainment and information purposes only. Please do your own research before you make any investments, and only invest the money that you could afford to lose completely and still be okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. My channel is not only about investing, my channel is about all the hobbies that I do in my free time. It could be gaming, streaming, it could be lawn mowing, and you know, investing, and man, I have a dog. I'm gonna make a couple of videos with that as well. So thank you so much, guys. Click that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. If you want my link so you could get 90 days free without commission, advisory fees, commission fees, they're very small to begin with, but if you want to even, you know, not get any fees, then just, you know, leave a link down below. I'll give you mine. I get 270 days because I have an advanced account level. You'll get 90 days. And you know, start your journey, man. Set yourself up to date, so in 20 years you don't need to worry about the social security paycheck and being able to rent and buy food. Okay, all right, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.